Oh shit, here we go again.
We're back. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I got this to look so sexy and clean. So yeah, we're going to have to rewind a little bit back to when the weather wasn't so nice and I had no idea what was in store for me. So, okay, what's up? We're back with the Evo Rec. So, one of the dramas we had when we were taking the engine out was these two bolts right here. So these bolts run through the subframe and into the control arms down here. Now, when we took them out, there was a very bad noise. Let's just take this one out right now. They were really badly stripped. So, that's not good. That has to be fixed. Where those bolts go into, the nuts are actually in the subframe. You can't access them. So it actually looks like this has been repaired before, as you can tell by the welding there. But obviously it wasn't done good enough. So my plan is to remove the whole subframe. We're going to fix that properly, do it so it doesn't need to be fixed again. And also I may as well sandblast it and powder coat it because I'm like addicted to doing that right now. First thing is removing the subframe, which to be honest is not too hard because most of the work is already done already. As you can see, I've already started doing this side here. So with the drive shafts out, the engine, gearbox, everything out, we have access to everything. So I thought we may as well do it now. If you look underneath here, we have a bolt coming up through here. I think there's another guiding bolt there. You have a rather large nut here that needs to come off. What I'm a little bit unsure about is when we drop the subframe, the steering rack is going to come down with it. So yeah, one of the problems is going to be the steering rack, as it's obviously bolted to the top of the subframe. So looking on the interweb and asking a few people on Facebook, we're going to have to loosen this up in here. I've already loosened that bolt, and then hopefully that will just disconnect and then we can just drop it all down. Now obviously I've marked it so we can realign those splines. We don't want that to be out, otherwise the steering's going to be out and there'll be problems with the AYC and everything as well. So what I've also done is just strap the steering wheel just to make sure it's not going to move anywhere. It'll stay completely straight. So it'll be the same when we go to put it back in again. So yeah, I think I'm pretty well prepared to do this. I've pretty much cracked most of the nuts and bolts and everything on here already. Everything is coming off pretty easily. But let's just get cracking, remove everything, and then hopefully it'll drop down easy, but probably not. Well, I've never had a non-rolling chassis before, but it's officially a non-rolling chassis, but this is all to make things better, I hope. So, subframe is out. It wasn't too hard, really. As I said before, most of the hard work was done already because we removed the engine, the gearbox, the transfer case and everything. So, I guess the next step now is to remove the steering rack, and I'll take the sway bar out as well. Now I'm going to be replacing the sway bar with the white line ones and white line end links as well, and doing the steering rack upgrade here also. So next step is to get this up to Chris's and start fixing it, I guess. Okay, so here we are at Chris's. subframe is freshly sandblasted, kind of. A few little bits I missed, but yeah. This is the beautiful repair that was done, and as you can see, there should be a bolt sitting in there, or a nut, sorry. A captive nut sitting in there. Like what's on this side. Not in there, that goes into. But yeah. So, it obviously has been repaired before with this beautiful welding that was done. Chris says it was done in Japan, I say it was done in Sweden. If you did do this weld, please comment and let me know, because you suck. But yeah, so what we're going to do now, grind her out, and we're going to do a repeat of this repair here, but this time hopefully do it properly.
Goodness and gracious, great ball of fire!
And there's the nut. So, this is the old one that should be welded in here, but yeah, it fell out, so we need to weld a new one. But we've got our little hatch door here, so now we have access to it. So now we can get welding. There it is. So it's all been welded and fixed. Nut is welded in there. It's not the prettiest, but it looks good. It's going to do the job. So it's all sandblasted. I'm just going to clean it down and we're going to powder coat it. So today I'm basically finishing up. I sandblasted a lot of the front suspension parts. So the brake dust covers, the steering rack bush mount, these are the sway bar mount, the ABS line holders as well, and yeah, some more of the sway bar mounts as well. So basically the whole front end is getting powder coated and a bit of a refresh. So it's going to look really nice when it's done. Yeah, but let's focus on this right now. Let's just give it a good clean and get it ready for the powder coating. Okay, it's in the oven. Let's shake and bake, baby. Well, one thing, it actually fit. So I'm happy with that. A little bit worried we didn't measure it beforehand, but it fit in the oven. So let's lock the doors and bake this bad boy. Okay. 25 minutes, 200 degrees. Let's pop this open, see what we got. Oh, wait, wrong oven. Okay, let's try again. That's the one. Okay. Ooh. Steamy. Looking good?
Yeah, looking perfect.
Yeah. It's looking very fresh now. One brand new cross member. Very hot cross member. So let that cool off. And there we have it. Front subframe. The rear mount. Steering rack mounts. Control arms. Front knuckles. Dust shields. Sway bar mounts. Everything. All sandblasted and powder coated, a nice matte black. Looking very nice, very clean, and I cannot wait to put this all back together and back in the car. So that is that. So good to finally get something done. So yeah, that's awesome. Next thing we have to do, we've got to put the bushings In the control arms, which I have, all white line ones to go in. We've got new front wheel bearings to go into there. And put all the bolts and everything back in and assemble it. Okay, what's up? We're back in my garage and we have the Evo, and in front of it we have all of the freshly sandblasted and powder coated parts ready for assembly, with also a bunch of nice parts fresh from
Australia, the land of wonder.
So yeah, so this is going to be fun. This is going to look so good when it's done, but let's run you through everything. So the cross member is all finished, powder coated, looking awesome. This is the rear engine roll mount that I've pushed in a new rally art bushing into there. All the brackets and everything. We got brand new bolts going in here as well. So yeah, front control arms as well. All blasted and powder coated, came out looking amazing, and I've pressed in all the new bearings and ball joints into these. So, looking so good. So yeah, the rear bearings, these are the offset ones, so they just add like 0.05 degrees of caster in there. These weren't too easy to put in, as you had to get them perfectly aligned in there, but we managed to do it as best as we could. So yeah, that's going to increase steering feel. It's going to give much more response and everything as well. Plus they're brand new. The old ones were 150,000 kilometers old, so they were gone. New front bushings as well. And then these, the front ball joints from Whiteline also. Just kind of a must-have for any lowered vehicles. And that kit also came with these as well, with the new tie rod ends, which I'm going to have to put on also. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, everything is here. Run you through the rest of it. And then another kit that I got from Whiteline is the steering rack, the bump steer correction kit. So that comes with a new bushing for the steering rack. I have painted the steering rack and just cleaned it all up as well. And then it'll come with new bushings that go into here. So I'll just have to press those ones out. We also have a front and rear sway bar kit. That is the sway bar sitting there. That's a front sway bar. The rear one's under the back of the car, I think. And then the new sway bar end links. This will be for the rear. The Evos have like real long rear end links. And then this will be for the front. So that is going to look awesome. Put on there. And then obviously all the brackets for the sway bar bushings and everything have been powder coated too. And there'll be new bolts going into there. Two nice friendly chaps have rocked up to help me here. Put it all back together. Beautiful weather outside. What else is there to do on a day like today than put a Mitsubishi subframe back together? The book. That's a 4.5. That's a quite a book. Okay, we're back. So yep, as you can see, a subframe, all nice and clean, powder coated, very fresh satin black. There's a couple of brand new bolts down there. I didn't replace every OEM bolt, but just a few of them that were just worn. Obviously all these bolts and nuts were all replaced as well with brand new OEM ones. So those ones that ran, the ones that we had the original problem with, the nut there. And then these larger ones up in here were all replaced. Control arms, looking very nice as well, all with brand new bushings. And the new ball joints, if we can get in there. New ball joints on there as well. I painted these brake guides too. And the brackets, the brand new sway bar, end links, new bolts here too, through the knuckles and the coilovers. Obviously these were powder coated as well, the brake dust shield, and then new tie rod ends, and I painted up the tie rods too, just to make everything look nice and clean. I've also put a nice bit of black paint in here too to make it look a lot nicer. And yeah, so with the brakes and everything, obviously I would love to replace these discs, but I don't really have the funds right now. Have a look at the other side. Looking so good, all with those brand new bolts and everything, just so nice and clean. So yeah, the front end restoration is basically done. Like, all the paint and everything in here is finished. And yeah, I've replaced a few other things too. This high pressure power steering hose, that was the one that was leaking, so that's brand new. It's been replaced also. So yeah, kind of proud to say that the car is ready to have the engine put in. I'll also show you, I spent yesterday doing this. Is putting the rear white line sway bar in. That's all in. I also powder coated these brackets too. So that's nice. And then the brand new sway bar end links on there as well. So yeah, but obviously this whole rear end is probably the next project. I don't know when I'm going to get to do that, because that is a whole new ball game back here. That is not going to be easy. But yeah, maybe next winter or something, but yeah. Anyway, absolutely stoked with this. Looks so good, came out amazing. I'm addicted to sandblasting and powder coating now. One day I would love to have my own cabinet and everything to do it myself, but right now, huge thanks to Chris. If you ever need any powder coating needs, hit him up. I'm going to tag him right here. I'll put a link down in the description of this video too. But yeah, this is all ready. So basically next step, get the engine done, and then we combine the two, and then we should be driving again, probably with a few little dramas in between. But yeah, anyway guys, once again I just want to add about the JDM coloring books. 3 different versions available: original, kooky, racing edition. I post anywhere in the world. I post from Brisbane, thanks to Mama for doing that, and then I post from here in Norway. So yeah, it really helps. Every sale really helps with this project. And cheers to everyone that's bought one in the past, and stickers and t-shirts as well. So yeah, anyway, next video we'll go back up to Chris's and we'll start getting the engine sorted. So see you then, bye.